I was just joking.
And Dalton's gonna hide.
He might lose his license. There's about 5 of them. Supposed to be 12. Official sign it. Have you guys all had a chance to see the new shop up at? You've all walked through it? Even the last couple of days, it's, been painted and set up and nicely decorated. Looks sharp. Looks better every day.
Yeah, but we haven't been working the same schedule. So he's the morning.
Right now, you get a chance to see the new shop in the back. It's starting to look good.
I didn't know that was gonna do that. I thought he promised we're gonna put it up and paint, right?
No? What would you rather see?
Okay,
You talk like an agent.
Bigger lights? Okay.
Again,
yeah.
hold on.
The blue thing.
Okay. We really don't know.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Feedback
Pass
is
it on.
welcome.
Pass it on.
Ready? Okay, what about
Is there still?
JJ and Chriselle? You want me
I'm
to,
gonna call them now.
just tell them to come on in.
Yeah.
Alright.
Welcome, welcome.
I want to sit where I can see it.
You guys can all fit in here.
Untuk kita gambar Filipino.
All right, well, welcome, everybody. Yeah, are we all here now, Chato?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Where's Jigger?
He said welcome and I put up.
Well, thanks. Thanks for coming out tonight. I was telling some of the guys in here that we're starting a little late. It's 8:20, but we're still gonna finish by 10 because I'm old and that's what I do. Gotta be in bed, eat my fiber and all that. So welcome. My name is Chris. I have been part of the Victory team for just a few weeks. I was brought in as a business consultant, and so I work basically to help move Victory to the next level in terms of organization, system processes, as well as specific programs like the sales agents. So my job is to help set it up and develop a process and then allow a Victory employee to take it on as their project and run with it, basically. So the purpose of our meeting tonight, actually, back after showing my fancy videos there, get back to my presentation. We have a few goals for tonight. I wanted to get to know you guys. I keep hearing about the sales agents, and so far that's all it's been is just the sales agents, but it's great to put a name and a face to the title. So come on in, Jeter.
Come here.
Great, welcome. So I was just saying, Judy, that we have a few goals for the night. I've enjoyed getting to know some of you already a little bit, at least a name and a face, you know, to the title of sales agent. So I also wanted you guys to get to know each other. There is going to be situations where you will actually work together. There will be some teamwork required or necessary to complete deals. So plus, sometimes it's just helpful to have another guy doing the same thing you do, or another girl, so you know how to do it better or what to do next. So part of tonight is to team up some of the newer guys with some of the veterans and have conversations about how it's going and tips and tricks, that sort of thing. We also wanted to communicate with you. Email is great for some things, but it's horrible for some things. So we wanted to start together where we could just talk, you know, face to face, and you could hear me and I could hear you, and it just tends to make things go smoother later on. And then the last part of tonight is we're just going to practice sales skills. Some of you guys are veterans, and you know how to do a sale. You know what's going on. Some of the guys are newer, and I say guys, I mean girls and guys. Sorry, Chriselle. But some of you are newer, and so I thought tonight it would be fun just to talk about selling. You know, like we're sales agents, and this is what we do. Let's talk about selling and what that looks like. So we are going to do what is officially called an icebreaker. And an icebreaker means, Chacho's very excited about this. So I am going to pair you guys up, and I was expecting a smaller crowd, so this is going to be fun. Actually, Yoli, are you going to be able to participate in this? This is going to take about 10 minutes.
Also Grace.
And Grace?
Grace is included, yes. All of us in here.
Okay.
Yes, this is exciting.
So, you know what?
I'm excited.
Everybody in here, we're just going to all do it. So, Manny, do you know Dare? You don't know each other.
That's it.
Perfect.
Perfect.
You are partnered up for this exercise, okay? And Nene, I'm sorry, what was your name? Gargi? Gargi, the famous Gargi. You must know Nene already.
I know this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do you know Grace? Do you know Grace?
Yes, I know.
Is there anybody you don't know in here?
No.
Actually, Otto, why don't you team up with Gargi? That's great. And then John?
I'll have Priscilla maybe.
John, why don't you team up with Lido? And Kevin, sorry. Kevin with Arnell. All right, you guys are paired up. And Grace, you can team up with Jeanette for tonight. Yoli, did I already say you're with Chriselle? You're with Chriselle. Yeah. Oh.
No, she's an HR. Teacher dynamic. She's mine.
All right, so Chato and Yoli, that's fine. Grace, you're gonna know everybody anyway. So why don't you team up with Nene? Everybody, and then Ed, right? Ed and Jeter. Do you know Jeter?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Wow. Thank you, Jesus. That's acknowledging him in all I do. But to bridge from the last one. Didn't everybody get paired up? Nene, you're with Grace.
I know her already.
I know we do. You guys are gonna know everybody. It's okay. It's all right. Hang on tight. All right. So here you go. You're gonna ask 3 questions of your newly formed partnership. 1, how did you get introduced to Victory? 2, how long have you been part of the Victory team? And 3, what is your favorite hobby? Okay. We're all comfortable, right? Okay. But at the end of it, you are going to stand up and you're gonna introduce that person to the group and what you learned.
We're gonna be acting here?
This is called Toastmasters. You guys know Toastmasters? Practicing to speak. So anyway, yeah, so you guys are gonna chat. Yeah, you got about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and everybody's gonna introduce their partner. Go.
Yes, I have that
Introduced by Lito. He's been here for a long time, a year already. How about you?
She told me she's the one who got me into the job. I would introduce my partner.
My passion. Because I know that I've been behind my target. I have a target goal. And I know that I'm already behind. My hobby is to work.
I mean, you can.
Like, you hang around before.
Where did you come from? How do you start?
I hang around with my friends.
So many things. So you're like doing like cleaning.
Yeah, I was into sport, but not particularly. I played basketball once. That's it. When I get to you, you got to do like there's no more tomorrow, so.
Are you done?
That's my goal. That's why I was introduced here, you know.
So you bought a car.
Yeah.
I got
You were supposed to be the high school.
I never thought that I'm gonna get it because I got
I have a son that was supposed to be the high school. But my daughter graduated from, oh no, she graduated in August. But my sister, no, my sister was supposed to be in high school many years ago. Miriam, yeah.
I just did.
How did you get introduced to people? I'm just put that new one.
See how you play next?
You should wait, you're gonna get first.
No, you're gonna see that.
Why should I be here?
Because you finished so quickly, I know you're the expert. I want you to set the example for everybody else.
Go, go!
So you're not gonna hang out?
No, you're not excused.
Okay, how did I get introduced to Victoria from producer?
No, you have to
Because
explain.
just time. Yeah, you didn't listen.
No wonder you can't
Pero
even-
paano eh, no?
How did I get? How did you? I'm gonna ask you.
You already,
How did you get?
you already did.
Just get the.
Sagot niya sa questions na yun.
You're gonna tell
Nabigla
everybody
ako eh.
how he was introduced.
I was nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Okay, he said that
You're not listening.
3 years ago you. 3 years ago, yeah.
Face the ball.
3 years ago then. How long have you been part of the Victory teams? 3 years ago, yeah. What is your favorite hobby? It's golf.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all.
Well done.
Yeah, his name is Jigger. We get interest from history. SJ, second name SJ. Promoter, producer. He's about 2 months now.
2 months.
Yeah, he's a senior. So he wants to school.
Sing for us, please.
Thank you, Ed. Nice to meet you.
Singing.
Oh, it's not Frank.
So this is our now. He was introduced by Lito by brought his car, and he's been here about a month already.
He was introduced by who?
Lito.
Letho.
Yeah.
Letho?
And his hobby is to work because he's very passionate.
He works.
Yeah. Trying to reach his goal right now.
What does he work on?
I have a goal, that's why I'm working really hard right now. Yeah,
You have a specific goal. I respect that.
and
That's great.
Actually, I'm selling everything under the sun.
You are? That's awesome. Cool. Well, I'm glad you're here. Now, why don't you stand up and introduce
All right. So
Kevin?
my partner here is Kevin, and we're both new in this group. Uh, he was like 2 months old in this group, and he was introduced by Chaco. And, I don't know. Tell me. Well, his passion, his hobby is he's into photography.
Oh, nice.
And,
What kind of camera does he have?
maybe Canon or
Maybe Canon.
yeah, or
He's on the right track.
see, like how you. And he's high school right now.
What's your name?
Hey,
Awesome.
oh, my son.
Nice to have our
He's
number.
making lots of money, right?
And he sold his first car already. After 1 week.
Job.
Brand new car.
That's awesome. Would you like to lead us tonight? Seems like the right guy. That's great. How do you want to go next?
Sure. So this is Gargi, and
Hey, Gargi.
so we're trying to introduce her to Betty actually. She's actually good at selling. So one day she was like, "Hey, would you like to be interested in selling?" And then she was saying, "Oh, I'm not. Probably I don't know anything about cars and stuff." And then at a party, she introduced her to Eddie, and I asked her how many cars she sold. I was interested, and her best record was 13 in 2 weeks.
Wow. My goodness, really?
So she got herself a student now, which is me. And she started in February, which was a year ago, and she likes to cook and walk in the park.
Yay. 13? Let me adopt that.
This is Aldo, and he told me that Shadow has a friend named Aaron, who is a mutual friend of them, of him and Shadow, and that's how he knew about Victory Autos, and Aaron encouraged him to be an agent. It has been his 3 weeks now in the business, and his favorite hobby is dancing and basketball.
Is that the Tagalog word for dance?
I'm actually Indonesian though.
His first time here tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Hopefully that's the Hopefully.
Nice job, Aldo.
Thank you.
Good, excellent. Let's see. Did you have a partner? Were you in here?
Yes.
Great. Please introduce yourself.
To be honest with you, this is the first time I met him. So, I like what I'm doing. So, according to him, he was introduced by Haley, so I think they're friends. And I think they've been here for 2 years. And I think the favorite hobby is the same like me. We play basketball.
Go ahead.
How did you get introduced? Through his friend Dranger, and then I've been part of the Victory team. I think it was brand new, just recently, and same hobby basketball.
Cool. Nice. Welcome.
Let me introduce the rock
The craziest girl.
the process of she through Belle, her friend, that she was referred for a dental appointment. and the whole family was brought in for cleaning and crowns, and then they asked Hedy if she could be a sales broker, but then Hedy said he already hired one, but in the process of a root canal, Hedy was very persistent. She just fired that person and hired me for a retail She has been here for 1 year and 6 months, And her favorite hobbies are cooking and photography. In fact, she takes pictures of all the cars that are sold. On a personal note, Nene is very lovable. We fought together, cried together, laughed together, but we have become great friends.
What's a no?
Answer ko na question. I take back all what she was. She doesn't want to talk.
I think Grace's introduction of Nene said a lot about Grace as well. Thank you, Grace. Okay, there. You want to introduce Nene?
Oh, yes, sir.
You don't have to. Yeah.
Okay, this is Danny Capaccio. He was introduced to Victory by, I believe, Nene.
Oh, okay.
He's been here for over a year, I don't know, almost a year now, since July. But he's inactive at the moment. His favorite hobby is video and karaoke. Bowling as well.
Bowling.
Bowling.
Oh, bowling.
Yeah, bowling.
Yeah.
So that's
Wow,
pretty much him.
that's a lot of variety and hobbies. Interesting guy. Thanks, Derek. Manny.
Yeah, his name is Der Sarzuela. I just met him today.
Hello there.
And hi, hi there. Okay. He was introduced by Maggie, I think, one of the agents of Victory. And then he was introduced he was here since last October, and he's been active. And he's been in the selling business for so many number of years, like real estate.
Okay.
And then his hobby are basketball, running, jogging.
Great. Awesome. Thank you,
That's why
Manny.
my knee hurts to be time.
Yeah. Too much activity. Take it easy. Okay, Grace.
Oh.
Go ahead and introduce this to you.
Jeanette, I met her today, and she was introduced to Auto Victory 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago, when they sold their car to Hedy, and her husband has been part of the team of Victory Auto for 2 months now, and her favorite hobby is organizing and exercising. And praying. Yes.
Thank you, Grace.
This is Grace, and Grace was introduced to Victory through her brother, who knows Hedy. And she's been with Victory since August of 2014. And her favorite hobby is praying. That's how she spends it.
Yes.
Wow.
This is Grace.
Powerful women. I got one. Better be careful, man.
Yeah.
I hope you did your devotion.
I always do.
Okay, Lito.
It's me?
It's you.
Oh my God.
It's your turn.
Come on.
Can I speak English?
Yes.
This is Jan.
Okay.
Okay, he's been introduced by Chato a month ago. And his favorite hobby is playing computer video.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like my son did, playing video all night long. But now he's trying to sex sergeant.
All right.
That's a good news.
That's good news.
He's finished his school in Long Beach. What is this? Dominguez College. He finished psychology.
Great.
That's good news.
That's also good news.
Anything a bit crazy over here?
So, Lito is offering John for a sales agent counseling service. Okay, I like that.
That's it.
All right. Nicely done, Lito.
So this is Leo. He was introduced to Victory by Eddie, who we've been for he's done for at least like 5 years or so. He's been part of Victory for 3 or 4 months. His favorite hobby, well, he said he doesn't have a hobby right now, but when he was younger, he liked to fish and play tennis.
Hey, yeah. Especially for those activities. I mean, you could still do those for sure. Thanks, John. That's great. You all think?
We're nervous. This is the great child. And she was brought to us by an angel, dropped her because she's the only one who can face up with Hedy. She's, as quick as she talked and as quick as he talked, they match together. I think they're a perfect match. Well, Chato has been with us for a year now, and she was introduced to Victory by another angel we call Ate Milu, from the clinic. And her favorite hobby is shopping, going to movie, and talking to Jesus.
Nice to have you all.
I want to stand up, don't This is my boss. Actually, yes. She was introduced, actually, this beautiful couple birthed with their hearts to put up a dealership back in July 2010. So praise the Lord, God gave them the wisdom to put this business. So praise God, that's the reason why all of us are here. And he's been with the company since, of course, 2010 of July. And her favorite hobby is my hobby also. Watching movies and shopping. Jesus.
Nicely done. And Hetty, I'll introduce you to talk, but I'll introduce you. Hetty has been part of the Victory team now for about 3 years, I think, or 5 years, I should say. And how did you get introduced? By an angel, I think that's fair to say. And I'm guessing now, Hetty's favorite hobbies are basketball, working out, and driving fast.
Working.
Working, yeah. I was trying to stay away from that one. Well, nicely done, everybody. I didn't miss anybody.
Oh, you introduced you already.
That's all right. What's my favorite hobby? What's my favorite hobby? Basketball, table tennis. Yeah, I like sports. Yeah, work. It's not work. All right. So thank you. I loved getting to know you guys. Thanks for introducing them. Such flair. Okay. So now, while we're all together, I wanted to take the opportunity to go through the sales process. Most of the people in this room know the sales process already, probably could explain it better than my slide will explain it. One of the advantages of us all being together is we can all see what happens as we go through this process. And maybe you've done it 100 times or 13 times in 2 and maybe you'll still have a question or you'll still have something to offer. For the guys who haven't done it yet, they can point to it, and we all know what the process is when you come to Victory with a customer who wants to buy. I'm just checking the time. So, one of the things we're doing, I just want to introduce this at Victory, is we are creating processes to make your job easier when you sell a car here, and to make our job easier when you sell a car here. Okay? So some of the things we're going to go through tonight are exactly what we do today, and we want to change as we go forward. We want to make it easier. All right? And I'll explain those as we go through them. But just keep in mind that we are looking to make this as easy on you as possible, as simple as possible, and at the same time do a very professional and thorough job. All right? So, here is the sales process. It starts with you possibly arranging for a test drive with one of your clients. And we wanted to make sure you knew that that test drive needs to include the form, the test drive form. So it has to have the customer's information on it, and then a copy of their driver's license and insurance. Okay? We can't do test drives if we don't have those things. Otherwise, we get in big trouble. Also, you will help them complete the Victory credit application. Okay? This is either online or it is a PDF. So our website is victory888.net. And if you come here, actually, here it is. you will find the credit application right here, and you can fill it in and submit it easily online. I am going to be emailing each of you the forms we use, and this form will have highlighted the fields we absolutely have to have. There's some fields that, like the spouse or a co-signer, that might not be needed. Hetty, correct me if I'm wrong here, but most of the fields that you're going to need, I'm going to highlight in that email to you, and the rest you will fill in as needed basis. Any questions on that? All right, so that's the online version of the form. There's a PDF, like I was telling you before, that will be in that email I send you. That can be filled in offline. If you don't have access to the internet, you can use your computer, fill it in offline, and then email it to us. In the informational email I'll send you will include who to email it to. We have 2 different people depending on if it's a pre-driven car, a used car, or a new car, okay? And then it would help us out a lot if you could document their trade-in car and submit that as part of that initial contact, okay? So maybe your customer is interested in a new car and they have a car they're going to want to trade in. You're going to need to do the credit application as well as give us what type of trade-in car they have and certain information that I will be asking you for as well. It helps us out a lot to know that before they come in so we can be ready. That's the goal, to be totally ready when they come in to do the deal the same day. Okay, and then you let us know, hey, here's the trade-in car information, here's their credit application. Notify us that the customer is ready, and we take the ball from there. See how it says victory on that third badge symbol? That's our job, is to run their credit and get their FICO score so we know where they're at from a credit perspective. And then when we're ready for them, we call you. It will be fairly quick. We call you and say, hey, let's meet the customer. Let's set up an appointment for you to bring them in and us to do the deal. At that point, you're going to bring them in. And here's a couple of very important things that sometimes get a little confusing. One, it'd be great if they could drive their trade-in car in. Okay, so we could have our mechanics look at it. And 2, these things are very hard to get sometimes. The customer's utility bill, proof of insurance, and proof of income. So as our sales agents, as our frontline guys and ladies, it would be very helpful if you could make sure we get that information.
What are those again? Utility bills?
Yeah, utility bill, proof of insurance, and proof of income. And great, you're taking notes. It'll help you remember. I will also email you these so you have it for sure, okay? Okay. So this is what leads to the purchase. And everybody said, yay! Customer completes the sales contract with the documentation they brought with them. That's why it helps to have all that ready. The customer pays for the vehicle through the down payment and a loan, or maybe cash. And again, we all said, yeah. And the customer waits for the vehicle to be delivered. Obviously, if it's one of our used cars, it's right there. But if it's one of the new cars from a dealership, it can be delivered that day. Sometimes it takes a few hours, but it can be delivered that day, or they can return the following day. Obviously, their comfort is in all of our best interests, so whatever they choose to do is fine. Hetty has provided some amazing leather couches in the other room and a nice TV, so their wait will be as comfortable as possible. And if I'm around, I can go in there and juggle for them and really complete the atmosphere, so they have a total entertaining wait. And then, if you guys want commission, this is the process. If you don't, then you can skip this screen and we'll donate it. Oh, okay, you guys do want the commission. All right, so upon the sale of a vehicle, Victory will provide a commission voucher to the sales agents. So I know most of you know this, but we are going to give you a promise of payment, a voucher that says, here's how much we will pay you when we get paid. Step 2 is we receive the broker's fee from the dealership. That can take anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks. And then step 3 is almost immediately after we receive that, within 3 days, we give you the amount that was on that voucher. Obviously, this is the basis of our relationship with you. Is everybody very clear on this and happy? Okay, Lito is smiling. This is the first time Lito has smiled at Yes. Yes, okay. How about the peanut gallery? You guys all happy out there? Grace, are you happy even though Seth doesn't? Okay. Okay, great. So before I move on, your last chance. Everybody okay with this? Great. Okay. Now, as of today at Victory, I think everybody in this room has an agreement with us, okay? Tonight is not the night to talk through those agreements. First of all, we're updating our commission process, so future sales agents might have a different agreement with Victory than you do, okay? Secondly, I would like to have one-on-one meetings with each of you. I say each of you, but some of you might be very familiar with Victory and you don't need to come in and have a one-on-one to talk through these things, like your commission and your responsibilities, those sorts of things. That's okay. Just let me know you don't need the one-on-one meeting. But most of you who are new, even within the last year, I would like to have a one-on-one meeting with you, get some feedback from you, and talk through our next steps in developing you as sales agents. Okay? So I am going to put that ball in your court to contact me and set up that meeting. And it might be with me, or it might be with Chato, or it might be with another person. On the screen there, I say the sales agent, where is that? Representative. The Victory sales agent representative. Doesn't that sound fancy? Mm-hmm. I like it. I like that title. But it's just Chato or me, or possibly Eddie. Okay. And let's not go backwards. And why? Oh, here we go. Okay. So, does anybody have any questions about anything? Any questions?
Yeah. So when it comes to commission, that's when we have to talk to individually, or are you going to tell us how much percentage or something like that?
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to talk through in the one-on-one meetings. Yeah, where you're at now, what the future looks like, all of that. Any other questions? Great question. Yeah.
About the showroom. Where do you have the showroom?
Where?
The showroom.
Where do we have the showroom? Oh, it's right in the back here, and it's been freshly remodeled, and they are continuing to add to it. But that's where all the cars are showcased. There's also several cars showcased in the parking lot right behind the building, and that's where you can bring your customers and showcase them.
Yeah. Also the brand new cars. That's why we have this TV screen. Once we have a customer, then here you could show the cars that they want. You know, it's gonna be like a virtual. If they want to see brand new, we can bring them to the dealership, or we can ask one of the drivers to bring them and check it out from there, and then pick what they want, and then we will order it for them. So, but basically, we will do it like a virtual, you know. So even in our office, we have like a big screen TV there too. So you could like ask assistants of Jackie over there, and you could show the cars that they want. Yeah. Most majority right now is a virtual, you know, it's why it's for the brokering team. How about customers parking? Very hard to park. Yeah, we can do like because we have a limited gate, the black gate outside. We will be we have a lot of construction that we have to do in a few months, you know. So we will be saving us parking space in here, you know. Yeah, maybe we have a lot of parking too.
When you said dealership, are you talking about another dealership?
Yeah, another dealership because
okay, sorry.
Because we are like we're selling cars of Honda, Toyota, whatever car, you know, and we have a specific dealership that we're dealing with, like Freddie Hills, Toyota, Diamond, Honda, Monroe, BMW. You will have all the list of those cars. Okay. We can sell their cars. We will be the one. Okay. Yeah, any cars, like we will be getting the cars, brand new cars from directly to the dealership.
Okay.
Yeah. So pretty much we can sell any cars that our customer wants. Okay. That's the advantage we have from just going straight to Toyota. So you see only Toyotas in here right now. That's why we have to have the pavilion with different cars also.
Do those dealerships sell used cars also, or just regular?
Yeah, used cars too. Because pretty much whatever in their inventory, we could sell their cars.
And how do we get those selected cars?
Yeah,
Because our clients want Hondas, right?
Yeah, what we're gonna do as agents, like if they want, then you can go to their website. Of course, you will do your homework. If you have a client and looking for specific cars, you will look like we are tied up with San Bernardino Toyota. You could go to their website. You could check what kind of car your customer is looking for, and then from there you can get the price and everything. So you could already ask me, oh, hey, my customer wants this particular car. You do your homework, look at the cars in their website, and then it's pretty much there's a limited supply of vehicles for us. It's either used, certified, brand new, you name it, lease or purchase. We will be helping them.
How about the pricing from that website?
Yeah, the price. Yeah, we will follow that price also. Yeah, we have a specific arrangement with the dealers already. So we're not going to increase the price like that. Definitely, we could lower a little bit, but not that much. So that's where we'll make our money, you know.
Great questions. Anybody else? Any other questions?
What about if for the user for the brand new, you were talking about commissions and the time frame that they have to make. What if the down payment is on deferred schedule? Do they have to wait for that to be completed before?
Yes, we have to clear all those down payment first. Yeah. There's also one thing that because some customers, they don't have like a spot cash to put down payment. The company is like sometimes do the whole check. We pay the down payment for them, and then they give us a post-dated checks. So that's one of the deal. That's one of the ways that the deals is possible for us. That's what we call the whole check. We can hold the check.
Great question. Yeah, we really want to make it clear that you guys are going to get paid when we get paid, so you don't have to wonder. You don't have to be kind of anxiously waiting by the phone or the mailbox. So as clear as we can make that process, we want to make it tonight going forward. Great. Any other questions? And I'm going to go into a little bit of a different session here, but if you guys think of something, please just ask it. Like, that's why we're here tonight. So what we're going to move into now, my mouse cursor back, is a little bit of a sales skill focus. So again, you guys have been selling cars and other things for a long time. Arnell says he's selling just about everything under the sun, so I'm sure you have a lot of sales skills already. I thought this was just a good basic foundational skill that we could all practice together tonight, learn a little bit, maybe learn from each other, and get to know each other. And I wanted to start by sharing a couple of videos on the topic. So the first one, has anybody heard of Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yes.
So this is a TV show I used to watch back in the day, and here's a scene from it on active listening.
A medical problem and your child is still wet in bed, he may be trying to tell you something.
She's telling me I have to pee.
So I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight. But before we do, are there any other questions? Yes, Deborah, yeah. We have a 6-year-old daughter, and she's a great kid, but she's been having trouble listening, and she's been very stubborn lately.
That's every kid. It's just a phase, right?
Well, this is a perfect opportunity for you to try some active listening.
Thank you. We'll try.
Wait, so active listening, I'm not familiar with that. Well, it's encouraging your child to express herself verbally without influencing her with your own preconceived notions or opinions.
Got it.
Why don't we try to illustrate this with a little role playing? Let's have you. Ray, is it?
No. Why don't you go, Dad?
Right, don't be shy. Now, Ray, let's just say that I'm your daughter and I refuse to go to visit
case I happen to know Grandma, I can't say I believe you.
Just hypothetically, Ray, alright? So, let's just say, Ray, you want to get from your daughter what she's really feeling. Go ahead.
Okay, daughter, you have to go to Grandma's house.
I'm not going.
Well, you have to go. It's her birthday.
I hate when you make me do things.
I'm making you go, okay? It's Grandma's birthday. There aren't going to be many more of them.
So let's stop you just for a second, Ray. You see, I don't think at this point we need to discuss Grandma's mortality. Do we, Ray?
I'm playing the game.
It's not a game. It's okay. It's okay. Ray, if I say to you, I hate when you make me do things, perhaps you could acknowledge my feelings by saying something like, you feel you don't have any control over our plans. You understand?
That doesn't sound like something I would say.
Let's not practice. Come on, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm glad you're going to the park, but I have to go to some boring party?
You think that the party's going to be boring?
That's it, Ray. So you're reflecting her feelings back. Yes, it's just a bunch of grown-ups sitting around an old house. I want to be with my friends.
But Grandma has that big bowl of coffee nips.
I don't care. And you can't make me.
What are you doing?
I'm not going.
Yeah, please get up. Well, I don't know.
But why?
Because I said so. That was me when I was a kid. Mommy said you gotta go.
Mommy, I don't thank you.
Look, you better get up or
what?
Or no more TV.
No, Ray.
Okay, or you're going to boarding school.
Do you always threaten?
No, sometimes she yells.
I'm sorry, we've run out of time. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you next week. Ray and Deborah, I'd like you to stay after class, please. I think we need to talk.
All right. I thought it'd be fun to start off with a little bit of humor on the subject. Have you guys heard of active listening? Is this common knowledge? I don't know. So active listening is, actually for me it takes practice. It does not come naturally to me. Maybe it comes naturally to you. But it's basically a way to be fully engaged with the client. In this case, we're talking about clients. However, the skills you'll develop and build doing this will help you with every relationship. One of the reasons that I chose this for tonight is from observing Hetty. When he sits down with clients in his office, actually when I sit down with Hetty too, Hetty is very, very good at active listening. He is fully engaged. You all know this. You've all sat down with Hetty yourself. But he really causes you to want to share, right? To talk. I mean, he's fully engaged in listening. And it's a big part of selling. You know, it's a big part of engagement with the client. Not only that, but sometimes you can be flat out surprised at what it is they're telling you. So I have another video on actually active listening when it comes to sales. And there are a number of points that he makes that we are going to practice when we get done watching this, okay? So we're going to pair up again after this, and we're going to practice this. So pay attention to the lesson here, and then let's try to see if we can't learn and practice it as soon as we get done.
Welcome, and in this section we're talking about effective listening skills. Effective listening skills are the greatest skill you'll ever learn, because you've got to listen to what your customer wants. What are their needs? What are their desires? What are they actually looking for? So you can only do this by listening to them. There's two ways of listening. One is passive. That's probably what you're doing right now. You've probably got this video on the internet and you're probably looking at your emails and doing other things. But it actually doesn't give you 100% of what you're doing. It doesn't give you 100% of your mind. And you've got to have the attention to use every facet you have. So active listening is what we recommend. You've got to be looking at the person and giving them 100% of your attention. While they're talking, you've got to be encouraging them, saying things like, I see, I totally agree with you. And these are encouraging them to give you more information and encouraging them to tell you what they actually want. You've got to be paraphrasing them and giving them feedback all the way through their conversation. Reflective feelings, showing the emotion that you have for your product and service is also important. And then at the end, you need to summarize to show that you either have the understanding or don't have the understanding for what they actually want. I have 10 tips enabling you to be an effective listener. Tip number 1 is face the speaker. By doing that, you can look at their lips, you can look at their eyes, you can see what they're saying. Tip number 2, maintain eye contact. There's a lot of things you can find out by looking at somebody in their eyes, so maintain that contact throughout. They'll also know that you're interested and paying attention. Tip number 3, minimize external distractions. So if you're meeting in a coffee shop, make sure you sit away from the coffee machine or away from the entrance so people are butting in all the time. So move away, get yourself into a place where you can actually have a conversation. Tip number 4, respond appropriately throughout the conversation, showing them that you're interested and you want to find out more. Tip number 5, focus entirely on what the speaker is saying. This means all the other things that are going on around you are just trivial. They're not important. If a lorry goes past or somebody knocks the table, just ignore it. Just focus on the speaker. Tip number 6, minimize internal distractions. This is all about what did you have for breakfast, how are you getting home, what are you doing this evening. All these things are trivial. They're not part of the now, so therefore just ignore them. Tip number 7 is all about body language. What are they actually saying non-verbally through their body language? Try and understand this and see whether they're saying yes verbally but no through their body language. This will allow you to understand what they really want to get out of the conversation. Tip number 8 is about you avoiding letting them know that you've already solved the problem. This is because you need to work with them, you need to build a relationship with them. And this relationship building is all about being equals, about moving forward together. So avoid saying, oh, we've already sorted this out, because it just belittles them and it doesn't allow you to build a stronger relationship. Tip number 9 is all about complaints. They're going to come back to you and they're going to say this, they're going to say that. You've got to let them have their say. And then finally, you can come back with a rebuttal, an intelligent solution to the problem. Tip number 10 is all about engaging yourself, controlling yourself, focusing on what you're doing and what you want to get out of this meeting. Listening is a key skill and you need to ensure that you're focused on it.
All right. So, a lot of information. I did write down the... Sorry about that. There's my wedding day. I wrote down the points he made, and like I said, we're going to pair up again. I was going to have us choose a different partner, but I think we're going to stay with the original one. Did that go? There it is. Great. So let me get there. And pair up with the same people you were with before. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to ask, the first question you're going to ask each other. Do you have to go? Okay. See ya. Fine. Jeter, we'll get you paired up with somebody else.
No, I have to listen.
So the first question you're going to ask them is, what do you remember about the hobby of somebody else in the room? So kind of, a little active listening from the first part of our session here tonight. Just see how they were doing. And then the second question you're going to ask them is, what kind of car would you buy if you were going to buy a car right now? So you're actually going to ask each other about the car, similar conversation to what you're going to have with your customers. And while you're having that conversation, it's all about the listening. And active listening is not just about keeping your mouth closed. It's about like he said, paraphrasing, repeating back to them what they're saying, empathizing with their feelings, you know. Let's have an example. Let's see. Aldo, if you could buy a car right now, what would you buy?
Prius.
A Toyota Prius.
Yes.
All right. And why do you want a Prius?
Gas consuming because it has nothing to do with what I want to do because I will be driving out a lot. So then that's kind of
all right. Sure.
That's one of the reasons that I'm going to do that.
Yep. Plus, some of those go in the carpool lane, don't they?
Well, wait.
The gas saving thing where you can ride in the carpool lane
Yeah.
without having another passenger, so might save you some time.
I don't think that's. I can do that, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody knows that. Lenny just knows that you can drive it in the carpool once you let the hybrid.
Oh, it's on the fast track.
No, I'm talking about the tag, the yellow tag that's on the back bumper.
I had just actually.
Right. Yeah. Oh, anyway. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, there's a 350Z out back that I really think you belong in. The Toyota Prius is for girls. I think you should be in the Nissan 350Z. How do you feel? See the look on his face? I think that says it all. My active listening was non-existent. I'm only thinking about what I know I need to sell. And it doesn't create any kind of relationship for this car, much less all the other cars. Actually, interestingly, when I started at a company in Wisconsin, I ended up working there for 8 years because it was a fantastic company. They had us read a book called Customer for Life. Have you ever heard of this book, Customers for Life? So this guy ran a car dealership in Texas, and he believed that his best way to profitability was to build customers for life. His average customer would buy 10 cars from them over the lifetime of their relationship. So they just kept coming back. And I remember that now as I'm talking to Aldo, because I'm thinking, not only is he not going to buy a Toyota Prius for me, but he's not going to come back to me next time when he is ready for the 350Z. He's going to go anywhere else but me. And that really is what it's all about, building that long-term relationship. I mean, I've noticed that a lot of you are connected through friends of Hetty, right? And that's what it's all about, building that community. It's not just about making the money or getting the buck, and sure, we all enjoy that. But wow, how much fun is it when you can do this with friends and family as well? And nobody has to be embarrassed or feel like they're cheating somebody. It's developing that relationship. So pair up again. We're only going to spend 5 minutes on this, which is just a quick exercise. Practice the active listening. Engage with them through the right questions, empathy, and try to ignore your own ideas and thoughts about what they should do or what they should be buying. All right? And let's see, who needs a partner? Jigger, you need a partner. You guys are paired up. I'll be your partner, Jigger.
That's why
I'm sorry. I'll speak Tagalog.
Okay, I speak English.
Perfect. All right, go. 5 minutes. It is 9:17. 9:22. What kind of car do you want to buy?
I thought it was a beaver. You call it a beaver. I didn't know. Yeah, but no education in cars. I got a So you want an X5 or an So it's the same car? Yeah. When you talk about accident, My first car is actually a Beamer, 2001 though. My first car was a BMW. We had my brother's actually to a neighbor's car. And since then we had so much money. So I had to sell it really cheap. So then I bought like a crappy car. I want to trade up for this. Because it's gas consuming. Okay, so oh, that's the thing I don't know. I still don't know about this version. A hybrid one, yeah. Yeah, a hybrid one, and then what? No, hybrid one. Do you have any preference? You want to trade up for this? Yeah. I don't know which one is that.
I don't know why I have this.
I heard that Toyota is pretty light, so I didn't jump on the I'm just of the gas consuming because when I had my own Beamer, it was expensive. Yeah, the electric bicycle. So when you stop it, when you break it, you charge it.
Remember when you get that car, when I have like all that texture and these and I'm not able to know there's always some good time.
Yeah, I want to jump that over the body. It is? Oh, okay, so it is not gas specific. Oh, you're talking about, sorry, you're talking about the price of the car. I thought it was like gas price. Wow. So you, after being in this business for a while now, you kind of like know your car is
The room is a buzz, that's a good thing. Okay.
I might have to ask you some questions.
Did you
I
find
have
yourself
no
thinking
experience.
about these things, or did it just come naturally?
They just came naturally.
Naturally. This is what you guys do. You are salespeople. I love to hear that this all came naturally. However, there's a question I want you to answer. What's one thing you could improve? Anytime I ask this question,